I'm sorry. I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
I think I'll stick my head in the station's fusion reactor. It would be quicker. And I suspect, after a while, I might even come to enjoy it.
Ambassador, why don't
But
you
this is like being nibbled to death by, what are those earth creatures called? Feathers, long bill, webbed feet. Go quack.
Cats.
Cats. Like being nibbled to death by cats.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Babylon 5. Or 2 episodes, actually.
I was going to say, did I mess up the assignment?
No, and it's another episode of Popcorn Talk. 2 episodes of Babylon 5. I have to get just show this to everybody. This is great. This is really great. I mean, look at that.
Nice.
Rock is
So
awesome.
welcome, everybody. I hope y'all are having a good evening. Shieldwall, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for having me on. Yeah, we're going to be going over episodes 1 and 2 of Babylon 5. Last time we went over the pilot that kind of got the show rolling. So if you watch the pilot and you watch episode 1 of season 1, it's pretty much the same story. Just different people and a few other things happened differently. But because I turned it on and I was watching and I was like, am I watching the right thing? And then it dawned on me that episode 1 of season 1 is basically a rehash of the pilot with some differences in it. So, but a lot of the dialogue is kind of the same.
Yeah.
Just different actors and some stuff has changed. But yeah, excited to get into it. Really good show. I think season 1, just like a lot of other shows, just like TNG and some other ones, it takes a little while to kind of get going. Like they find their footing and refine the world a little bit better. Change up some of the sets, make them look a little different. Figure out ways to do things more efficiently.
Yeah, kind of. They also do the update on the aliens, make them look
right.
better.
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah, they just get the people, the makeup department gets better at the aliens as time goes on. They figure out ways to refine stuff. The creators and the actors work together and are able to flesh out some of the characters better, like their character tics and traits, and also I think some of the technology they use for the graphics and things like that gets refined over time. So when you hear people give so many accolades to Babylon 5, it's generally not the first half of the first season that they're doing it for. It's after it finds its footing. But it's still a good show. Although I realize now watching it, it's very 90s. Kind of like how the original series of Star Trek was very 60s. You know, with clothing and hair and all that. It's the same with this. The furnishings and all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm waiting for some dude to jump out with like, you know, a set of rollerblades, be like extreme spelled with an X. You know, because in the 90s everything was extreme. Yeah. So, anyway, happy to be here and to get into it.
welcome, Travis.
I know. Thank you. Glad to be here. I love this show so much. It's so tempting for me to just run roughshod like deep into the season, watching one episode after the other.
Yeah.
But the thing that I noticed immediately, the difference between this and the pilot episode, is how tight the editing and pacing of the story is with this first episode, and it's almost it's almost pitch perfect. It's you see a lot of the bones of what the show is going to be, and I can't imagine how excited people were watching this the first time and anticipating what might happen, and their minds must have been blown. So watching on a week-to-week basis, but no, glad to be here and glad to talk about this. Yeah.
Good to have you. And returning Eraserhead, how you doing?
Doing all right, man. I'm happy to be here. Like Shieldwall said, some of the first half of the first season is a little bit slow. It kind of takes its time to build up and to really, become a force of nature. This show ends up being my favorite sci-fi show ever. But even within this first episode of season 1, you see so many seeds get planted. So like Travis was saying, the editing in these episodes are really, really tight. I feel like they worked out almost all of the kinks from The Gathering. And I don't know, man, like Shieldwall was saying, it takes a little bit of time to get going, but it's never bad. Like he had mentioned Next Generation, and I think Next Generation is god awful for 2 seasons, then gets good. I don't think Babylon 5 season 1 at any point is bad. You might get a weak episode, but there's just so much going on and so much that's planted so early that it's amazing to see. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Even the not so great episodes are still good. It's really is amazing that this show could do that for 4 seasons at least. Or was it 5 seasons? I think the 5th season.
It was 5 seasons. One of the reasons that it's so good is because, unlike most other shows that were, Ship of the Week, or even with Deep Space Nine that was set on a static station, they kind of had an outline what they wanted to do, but they were kind of making it up as they go. Whereas the creator of this show for Babylon 5, he had a start, middle, and ending already planned out before the show even started. He already knew where the major characters were going to go, how it was going to end. Yeah, they jockeyed a few things around, and, just like anything, while you're doing it, you get an epiphany or something happens that prevents you from doing A, so you go to plan B, and it winds up working better in the long run anyway. Those kinds of things. But that's what really intrigued me about the show, is I heard from the start that it was a already planned out 5-year story arc. Each season was going to be, roughly a year. And in real time, right? But obviously the timeline of the show is longer than that, I believe. Longer than 5 years. But they had it planned out. So they knew what characters were going to do, which characters were going to live or die. I think some characters might have got a little bit more emphasis, or they might have given them a little more expansive things to do if they turned out to be popular. But it wasn't like DS9, where Morn was supposed to be like one actor, and then they kept him on for the whole show because he was like, they kept adding him in until he became a regular. The show, I don't believe, did that at all. It already knew who was going to be doing what.
Yeah. Welcome, Mando.
Hello, I am here, and there are no fires except for in the chat because all of your people are on fire, especially you, Sherry. So yeah, I've never seen Babylon 5. This is a first viewing for me. First couple episodes, pretty great. Yeah, some of the animation reminds me of a couple of old TV shows I used to watch. I can't remember what it's called specifically, but it had like 3 beetle armor looking dudes. I can't remember what it was actually called. But anyway, yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. I think that it has similar, it has the same kind of animation they use for Beast Wars.
Yes.
So.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
All right, so we have to remember not to get ahead and spoil anything if when Mando's here, if it's a first
Yeah.
time
Spoil
watch.
this 20-year-old show. Oh no.
No, there are
Dude,
definitely
it's worth biting your tongue for. It is like
it is.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
there are definitely things that we're going to want to see your reaction to because we can live vicariously. That is the only thing about this
Yes.
show is watching this show again is, man, I wish I could be watching it again for the first time just so I could like have those reactions all over again.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Welcome, Goat. How are you doing?
I'm well. I am not freshly napped, but I am freshly Red Bulled, so close enough.
All right. Alrighty, let's.
That'll last for about an hour, and then when you hear the crashing sound, it's my head bouncing off the keyboard.
Alrighty. We'll listen for that sound.
Glad to see
so we
Mando
got
because her goat
lovely-
allergy meds.
Got the
I
lovely
did. I
Sherry
did.
in
My
the
my
chat.
computer hadn't apparently, and I tried. I just had to beat it into submission.
Well, you know, whatever works.
Yeah. Yep. Sometimes you got to force feed some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, let's jump into this. Get this on the road.
One more Red Bull, I could sing the Babylon 5 song, so that you wouldn't get
Oh, yeah.
copyright struck.
There we go.
Nice.
So
There we go.
First,
We could practice like doing it to acapella and have.
There's a Babylon. It has words.
So our first episode is Midnight on the Firing Line.
If you are sharing your screen, Jacob, you're not. We don't see
Yes,
nothing.
I'm about to.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure, like, if you were sharing your screens, like, wait a second.
I might pull the Roman. You never know.
It's happened to all of us at one point in time or another.
Come on.
This is the second
A little
episode.
slow. Are you sure?
No, it's the first one.
No, it isn't. This is the only
Rakesh.
case. This is the only case ever where like people decided the pilot didn't count as an episode.
Oh my god.
Oh,
no.
okay. I thought you meant like he pulled up Soul Hunter. Never mind.
No.
So it would be the third episode if they counted the first one. It would be the second episode. Sorry. It'd be the second episode if they counted the Gathering. as
Well,
the
the
first
thing
episode.
is, they did count The Gathering as the first episode until they released the box set with the quote unquote movies, and they decided it counted as a movie instead, and then they renumbered everything.
On IMDb, it's labeled episode 0.
Oh my.
It doesn't even exist.
It's nothing.
I don't remember what were your first thoughts, Mando, when you saw these dudes? The hair
I
dudes?
thought that someone put a fork into an electrical socket and were dressed as Shakespearean actors.
Yes.
I was like, oh look, Hamilton, the Temu edition.
So it's like, oh, there's a jump point opening. What's this?
Ooh.
Oh, no. It's an attack fleet.
Oh dear. It reminded me of like the, should I press this button? Wait a second.
I wanted to ask last time and I forgot. The choice to make it blue every time they come through a jump gate and yellow every time they go into the jump gate.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been quite sure how I felt about that choice.
I feel like it was probably something to do with the green screen or some sort of visual thing.
I mean, it does a great job of telling you who's going where. but I could never quite figure out, if it wasn't for the sake of plot, how exactly do the wormholes like know to change color based on the direction?
I mean, I thought it was. I always thought it was something to do with like the Doppler effect, or like, you know what I'm talking about.
Not even
No.
a little. I can argue Benadryl with you all day, but science is not my thing.
I mean, it's not really my thing too. I just believe it's a reference to the Doppler effect, where it's like using that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the idea is it's supposed to work. Like, okay, so if you don't have that gate, can you come out of hyperspace anywhere you want? Or is it like Mass Effect, where you have to have these specific jump points? Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
There's
certain
like
ships-
hyperspace lanes that are easier to navigate, and you have to terminus
I
points.
think it has to be a big enough ship that can make the power to open a gate.
Oh, so the gate
think-
itself, is for any kind of ship to go through. It generates the
Right,
portal.
it generates the power to
Right,
open
so
the
that
portal.
fighters can go through. Okay,
Right.
So it has to be like a capital ship or something, like a battleship or
That's
something
what
like that.
That's
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Now, also, like if you think about hyperspace lanes, in a lot of ways that can create choke points. Like you capture this one, and you can blockade it and prevent people from just going anywhere. But apparently, you should be able to open it if your ship's big enough and come out wherever you want. So.
Yeah, that's actually a whole thing in, like, I think the third season is that they do it. Earth does exactly that. But it's the coloring. It's like I always have this vision of someone in the airlocks, like, throwing food coloring out into space as they open the jump gates.
So according to what I found out, the orange and yellow gates represents the ships entering hyperspace. The light is redshifted toward a longer wavelength, and the ship is moving away into the dimension. Therefore, the gate looks orange or yellow. And then when they're exiting, it's blue shifted. The light is shifted to a shorter wavelength. The ship is approaching the viewer from that hyperspace dimension. And then there's the red interior from when you're inside of hyperspace and you're opening a gate to exit. It's got that red hued dimension. That's the explanation that I'm seeing, and that's from the creator J. Michael Straczynski.
If I remember right, you can be in hyperspace and get out of that lane and you'll be lost, right?
Yeah.
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 Yep.
And like the shadow guys hiding there or something.
Well, I mean, hyperspace itself is kind of yellow, which is why I was always curious why it's blue when they're coming out. Because you'd think that the light, like, behind them, or the coloring behind them, would show through. But it's interesting that it wasn't just a random choice, though. I do like that.
So we get our first appearance of Ivanova.
Love that character.
Yes.
She was in Chud.
Was
Okay,
it
I was like, that looks she looks familiar. I don't.
She was one of the ladies of the night in Chud.
No, that was the hidden.
Oh.
That was
The
yeah,
hidden with Kyle MacLachlan, I believe.
Oh, it was the hidden. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
My
still
bad. I thought
looks
that was Chud.
familiar.
Yeah.
Dang it.
No, she was in it, but she was a lady of the night in hidden.
Yeah.
She was a lingerie model a lot, so,
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
No,
She was
no,
also
okay.
in some kind of like alien boxing movie where they had these beams and it would like try to reduce the strength of one of the other if it was like a super alien and then a human could fight, and it had this human guy that was like on the circuit and he was like one of the few humans that could actually do it. And she was in it. I remember that was like 85 or 86, I think.
Oh, I remember watching.
What was
I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, it was called like Hot Jocks or something.
What's really amazing is how many actors who were in unbelievably terrible things went on to like put together such an amazing television show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She apparently in 1990 was in something called A Gnome Called Norman, where she looks like she's kissing a dog.
I love this setup for the Centauri. They lied about who they were. They were like this big, controlled half the galaxy, but they weren't anymore. And then they said they were, Earth was a lost Centauri
Tribe.
colony.
And Londa, without hesitation, has an answer for both of those.
Yeah, we thought you were.
It was a
Beta A,
clerical
you were Beta 12.
error.
And he's like, "Here, cut my wrist." He's like, "You don't have any blood in your wrist."
But the funny thing is that that's one of the little like cultural things that's great. Londo says, "Of course I don't. Like, why would I do that?" Like, he understands that there's a human saying. He doesn't understand the meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was wonderful. Like, that's one of those
But
like
he
little
was
things that's so true to how things.
He was
would
the
really go.
ambassador to Earth, though, so he might have picked up some things.
But he doesn't remember what ducks are.
No.
I thought, to me, in that clip, I thought he was talking about rats, but then he said web feet, and I was like, well, never mind.
Wait, Mando, have you never heard the saying "nibbled to death by ducks"?
No, I've only ever heard of nibbled to death by rats.
What?
Okay, that is an entirely different thing.
Oh. Well, that whole scene just went right over my head then. Woo!
I love this when he introduces, what's his name?
Fear.
Fear. This is it. Yeah, it's funny.
And Veer just has this moment of, oh.
Or
And here's where he tells him that their outpost on Ragesh 3 has been attacked, but they don't know by who. And I feel bad for Veer because it seems like it's his first day on the job and he's already overwhelmed. Like, he basically runs over, he's sweating, he's panicked, which is kind of just his character, to be honest. But like, you get such a great idea of him just from this one introduction and how Londo looks at him.
Yeah.
He calls him it.
So, total side note that I've discovered completely by accident, but I did not realize how many voice acting bits Claudia Christian has done for video games.
Oh yeah, that's it's one of the like main things she makes money from now. I know she's done a lot for like the Elder Scrolls and like Bethesda games, I believe.
Well,
She's all over Skyrim, and it's funny because I've sat there and I've been like, I know that voice. I've played the game, and I'm like, who is that? And then I figured it out years later.
She's Alea the Huntress, Bryling, Legate Rikke, Sorely the Builder, and Wolf Queen Potema, among others.
I've recently been getting back into Skyrim. No one like, some of these sound
I wifed
really
up
familiar.
Alea the Huntress.
Okay.
My first playthrough. Yeah. Let's see.
She's done a ton of voices in World of Warcraft, and apparently she has done a bunch of the voices in Diablo 3. So now when I do my playthrough of Diablo 3, everyone's going to have to like shout out every time we hear her voice.
World of Warcraft, The War Within. She was Zal Athia, Blade of the Black Empire. Fallout 76 Wastelanders, Miss Annie, Mistress of Mystery, and some of the Raiders. Fallout 76, she's Shannon Rivers, Miss Annie, and Willie May. World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth, it just says voice. World of Warcraft Legion, okay, same thing, Zal Atha. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Captain Ferran. Fallout 4, Desdemona, and Mrs. Whitfield, and Mistress of Mystery. Okay.
In 2002, she was in a short called Darth Vader's Psychic Hotline.
What?
Guess what I'm looking up as soon as we are done this stream?
Solar Eclipse, a 1995 game. She's made her Delaney Raven Kelt. She was in Sumner 2, 2002. Shrek 2, she's a fairy godmother. And Female Citizens. This is all video games, by the way. Awesome. She was in a whole crap ton of TV shows.
This attack has happened so fast, nobody knows who did it. And apparently, Jakar doesn't know. Or does he?
She was in 1984. She was on an episode of Dallas.
I love the way they introduced the characters Jakar and Londo. And you get this like initial impression of who they are, and to see the way their characters develop later on, it's so fun. I can't wait to.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things I don't want to spoil for.
I know.
Yeah. It's great though, because once again, Jakar shows up and he's like, I'm so sorry to hear about this attack. Like he does a great job of just overperforming, just to the point where like it feels like he's throwing it. Like it feels like he's just throwing it in Londo's face without having to say anything.
Yeah.
And he does a fantastic job, man.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that we already know, because we've seen it, what he really acts like is, I actually think it's hysterically funny that somebody attacked you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, like, we learned later on, like, there's a whole conflict between the two people, so, like, it makes sense that they just don't like each other, and that they're, like, on the one hand, the lack of compassion makes sense, but on the other hand, the quick to point fingers, like, also was very believable.
Yeah. So on top of that, there's another problem with pirates.
Arg.
Yeah, going
We be pirates.
Supply ships.
Not that I would know anything about being a pirate or anything.
Yeah, the raider attacks have been happening more and more frequently, and I believe Garibaldi. Oh no, that's later. But he ends up like going through some files and looking through stuff, and doing some detective work, because that's what he did.
Suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
But he's suspicious of everything.
Okay, this is officially my favorite. Her second acting job ever. She was on an episode of T.J. Hooker.
So
they have a ship. They've got reports of a ship getting attacked, and they just lose the signal here. So oh, great. And there's a psychic on board.
Well, like, I thought they just used like psi, like the psi corpse, but I guess it could be short. It's short for psychic, but I don't know. Don't feel like they're quite psychics.
Yeah, Psycor.
Oh, yeah, they are psychic.
Psycor stands for Psychic Corporation.
Oh.
Yep.
Thought they were more like empaths, which is, I guess, the same thing. Never mind. Ignore me. Carry on.
Did Mando watch The Gathering?
No.
It's free on YouTube, so
Yeah, there's so many details you would have picked up if you'd seen the pilot.
yeah, it's fine, because the regular audience that didn't see the pilot are in the same position you are in now, so you learn as you go.
Archer, I am the newbie. I am the one that knows nothing.
Babylon 5, I didn't know there was a pilot. So
Right, exactly. Matter of fact, I don't think I ever caught like the first 2 or 3 episodes. I didn't hear about it, and I didn't get into watching it on TV or whatever until it had already been out for a while.
The problem with this kind of show, though, is that while it was great and it was unique when it came out, we've now ended up with, like, all television shows are like this. And so if you haven't seen a show from the beginning, it's not like you can just start watching halfway through and understand what's going on.
Right. This is not a new Planet of the Week show. It's very. You have to know what's happened before to really get the whole thing.
This is my favorite fighter in sci-fi.
Yes.
So cool.
It's glorious, man. I love them.
We now know what the inspiration for the X-Wing was. Or wait, did Star Wars come before? Or which came first?
Way before this. Star Wars.
You're only like
is
2 decades off.
1970. Yeah, 1977.
Oh, okay, never mind. Continue. I'll just keep shutting up.
But anyway, in that previous scene, once again, there's some really solid acting because Claudia Christian just looks so tense the moment that Talia Winters walks through the door. You know, she checks in, she signs in with her, and then Ivanova is just trying to get rid of her as quickly as possible. You know what is? She has that one really. I have 15 things. I'm doing 15 things, all of them annoying. Like, basically, just leave me alone.
Right. Then that actress, she was dating like some dude from Fox News or something, and they tried to put her on the news and like read the news like for real, and she was terrible. She only lasted like a week.
I think that's why she left the show, too.
Right, she left the show to go do that, and then it might have been more than a week, but it didn't last. And the only reason she got in was because that guy was like her boyfriend or whatever.
Wait, are we talking about Andrea Thompson?
I think so.
She was married.
Wasn't she married to Garibaldi?
She was married to Jeffrey Doyle, yeah.
Yeah, but I thought, was that before the show started? I thought they got married during the show.
They were married from 95 to 97.
Right, so the show started before then.
I love the little talk
Right,
about
but she left for that news thing, like, in what, season... Did she leave in season 2 or season 3?
No, I have to look it up.
I think it was 2. Yeah, I think it was 2. I like their little discussion of the president. It's like, I'm not going to vote for him. He doesn't have a chin. And and the vice president has more than one.
Not a good.
He has no chin, and his vice president has several. This is the scene where
she was on Babylon 5 from 93, and left halfway through the second season. So they got married about the time she left.
This is the scene, though, where I believe they're trying to figure out who could have attacked Ragesh 3. And I believe Ivanova asked Sinclair if it was possible that the Minbari did it. And he defends them, and he says that, they're honorable warriors. They never fought cowardly or dishonest. And she's kind of surprised by this, considering he fought in the war and survived. But, there's this really good discussion about, the best way to know someone is to fight them and...
Or is to get them angry.
Oh, yeah, that too. But, it's one of those things where they show that Sinclair has respect for his enemy. And I feel like it's nice and it's subtle enough where... Like, we were just watching Harsh Realm, and I feel like, remember when they tried to make Santiago, he respected the Indian rebels? Like, it just felt so cheesy, and I feel like this is just so natural by comparison.
The funny thing is, though, he says, like, the Minbari never fight dishonorably, and yet then we go on. I mean, the last episode, we had a Minbari warrior who did exactly that. And then we go on to, like, see them do it repeatedly. in the future. So it's kind of an interesting comment.
Well, they have their own honor system, I guess you could say.
Committing genocide on a race that can't possibly hope to stand up to you is totally honorable.
I mean, the Japanese that had a completely different look on what honor and all that is.
Yes, they'd rather the entire annihilation of their people and ethnic group than surrender.
Yeah, but their look on what honor was different than what we think of it. So
I feel like there's a line somewhere
that their way they look at honor and everything, the Minbari, is different because they're a different race, a different species altogether.
Okay, so I had the whole thing with her all messed up, Andrea Thompson. So she left the show, and then she went to work for JAG, that show.
Yep.
But it was in 1999 that she decided to go into journalism. And so get this, she dropped out of high school when she was 16, so she had to get her GED. and then she worked for 1 year, like at a university to like figure it out. Then she got hired at an Albuquerque, New Mexico station. 1 year later, she got picked up by CNN Headline News, but she only lasted a year because everyone else was like nude pictures of her and that she had done movies with, and she did some kind of like prehistoric movie, and she was naked in that. And anyway, so people didn't see her as a real journalist.
It says though that she left because she didn't like the way CNN handled news.
Right.
Basically, you just give the viewers enough to scare the hell out of them and not any really valuable information. We saw so much of that after 9/11. I thought it was frankly irresponsible.
I remember watching her on the news though, and she was kind of terrible.
I don't disagree with that. Honestly, I think other than the Asian actresses that JMS seemed to really like, I think she was probably the worst actress on the show. And I thought the show was much better having Lita come back.
Right.
But
I mean, I'll admit she looked good, but
so they actually they can enhance video in this too.
enhance.
So they find out it's a Narn heavy cruiser or heavy fighter.
Heavy fighter, yeah.
So it's like,
oh no.
The way he says Jakar's name here it's amazing. Like I wish people could hear it because, like, oh man,
bastard Jakar.
So many great performances in this show, man.
Get out of my way, Fatso.
Could you hear that?
Poor
Jacob?
Flounder.
What?
Could you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't hear that at all.
Oh, darn it. Sorry. Yeah, so by the time they get there, the ship is just gutted.
Yeah, and he makes mention that whatever damaged this ship is way more powerful than he's seen from other raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, they go at each other here. Pretty good. It's like,
Yeah, he spits in his food too.
yeah.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Would you like some fresh spoo?
Oh,
Those two guys are probably the best actors on the show.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
this guy's prosthetics. I don't know if any of you have seen the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, but he reminds me of Ivan Ooze's prosthetics a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just a smidge.
I don't remember that. I only watched it for the Pink Power Ranger. So
And at this point, they're just throwing insults at each other's races. You know, I think Londo's talking about how they're going to strike back and you know, be strong again. And I think Jakar says something like, "Hey, what happened? Like you run out of little children to butcher?"
Oh,
So apparently, it took so long to get into makeup that Andreas Kasoulas would just stay in costume the entire time.
oh,
yeah, he loved it.
But he was a massive smoker, so you can find pictures occasionally of like just Jakar like smoking a butt, like standing leaning against a wall,
Yeah.
lighting a cigarette break. It is. I mean, it's terrible. He died of cancer because he smoked so much, which is terrible. But that shot is just—it's hysterically funny and cool all at the same time.
It's my screensaver. It's awesome.
There's also the
like-
one with Lanier and Marcus, like in the convertible. Like one of them's on a cell phone. Marcus has mirrored sunglasses on. They're all in. They're
Oh,
all
dude,
still in full makeup.
Marcus looks high as hell in that photo.
Yeah, like this. That the Centauri can sometimes see their own death.
Apparently, he was diagnosed with lung cancer in 2005 and quit cold turkey immediately.
dang.
But
Whoa.
too late.
Yeah. Darn.
They use that photo on the Babylon 5 set as a cautionary image against smoking. That doesn't work.
No.
All you did was make it look cool.
I was gonna say he just looks awesome.
Yeah, that sadly a lot of people on this show have passed away.
Oh, almost everyone's gone, man. It's really sad.
Well, about
But yeah,
half anyway. And
But yeah,
all
I've-
really young, like 60 or younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zax.
So he's like, we can see our own death, and I see. He says he sees himself and another person strangling each other in this dream. And he says he didn't know who it was until he saw Jakar. It's like,
I mean-
we're gonna kill each other.
He says that sometimes it comes to them, which is the only reason that they can
Yeah.
then justify so many Centauri getting stabbed and backstabbed and not seeing it coming.
Right. Sup, Sax?
Is this also where he tells Sinclair about his nephew?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is sad. Like, as much as Londo, especially early on, like, he's likable, but he's very clearly a jerk. But you can't help but feel bad for him. And he talks about how the outpost that has been ambushed, he specifically sent his nephew there because it was a quiet outpost. There wasn't much going on. You know, he basically prevented him from doing anything on the front lines to keep him safe. And now he doesn't even know if his nephew is alive anymore. You know, he's obnoxious, he's quick to anger, but you can't help but feel bad for him. Peter Jurczyk does a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I have to say, after this episode, I was so prepared to just hate Jakar for the next 5 years.
So we get our look at Kosh here. It's like asking him to show up at a vote or something. What does he say? He's like, leave them.
They are a dying people. We
Yeah.
should let them die.
And he was referring to
The
both.
Narn or the... He goes, the Narn or the Centauri?
And he goes, yes.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
I like this. He's like, what are you doing at my controls? Should I cut your hands off at the wrists? Just snap them off. And he's doing his detective work here.
Doo doo doo.
So the access to the jump gate is bid for, and companies buy like slots for it, and then they sell those slots to ships, but they keep them secret, especially for the cargo ships. But somehow all these cargo ships are getting hit, so he's trying to figure out how the pirates, the raiders, are getting the information. And he figures out that one of the companies got hacked, basically.
Right.
And that's how they're figuring out where everything's going to be.
This is funny.
Well, but the important thing is that the last one that hasn't been hit was subcontracted, so it is not carrying cargo; it's carrying passengers.
Right.
Refugees specifically, I think.
Yeah, I think they say like 500 women and children or something like that.
Yeah.
A big enough number to be concerning.
But
This
not
is-
so realistic that it wouldn't be carried on a cargo ship.
Fear's trying to get him up for the council meeting, and he's like, he's drunk, and he's like, the council can go to hell. And so you're not left alone? You could go to hell too, Fear.
Oh.
Poor
But
Beer.
he's drunk and mad because their government won't do anything.
Yes, the government.
Pacifist leader.
It's too small, it's too far, it's too unimportant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it also kind of shows once again that the Centauri are like an empire in decline. They have this territory, but they can't properly secure some of it. It's like too far beyond their borders for them to properly secure, so it's not even worth the fight to send anything out. Like they're struggling to, in the gathering, he says that they're, a empire in decline, and how now there are only 12 worlds and 1,000 monuments to past glories, and they can't even hold on to what little they have now.
Yeah. But they also have a leader that doesn't want to see any more war.
There is that. We do find out later that their current emperor does not want another war with the Narn.
Which is kind of understandable. I'll give him that. I'll give him that then. But still, you should defend your shit.
Well, I also
Stuff.
think it's a more of a personal thing with Londo, in the sense that like he's an ambassador. His name and position are supposed to carry clout, and his nephew might be dead because of that. Like he expected the entire Centauri army to just drop what they were doing to go get his nephew back and reclaim Ragesh 3, just because it was something that was personal to him, and the fact that they're doing nothing, it's a gut punch. And he's clearly handling it very well.
Do you think he did though? Because we see later that there's a flashback of when he's given the position, and he says, why do I get this honor? And he said, because nobody else wants it. The place is bad luck. You're only becoming the ambassador because like no one else will take the job.
No, I know that. Yeah, I know that, but it's still, like I said,
none
with
of them take
name.
him seriously.
I know, but it's still one of those moments where my nephew might be dead. Like, my position still should mean something, and like I'm expecting someone to do something about it.
Maybe. I never took it that way. I always thought that, he still saw Centauri as if it were in its glory days, and he just can't. Every reminder that it's not is just painful. I mean, there's a line in the beginning where he says, in my life I had three wives or four wives, but I loved Centauri Prime. Every street, every corner, and everything I did for her.
I love how Sinclair just chews into Jakar here.
Yeah.
Because he's talking about how he knows that it was the Narn, and he's basically calling them cowards, saying that you attacked like a scientific outpost. It wasn't even a military target. And this sets Jakar off. And I think Sinclair does, Michael O'Hare does a great job of really looking like he's about to snap. Like, you could tell he's ready to just go at Jakar then and there and start throwing punches.
Can you hear this? Can y'all hear this?
No.
No.
Not a thing.
Oh, darn it. Okay, he just really chews him out.
Like, I think last time we had streamed, I think Travis had mentioned that, like, at some point during season 1, Michael O'Hare's performance starts to dip a little bit, but here I think he does a great job, man. Like, you see it in his eyes. He is so close to snapping.
Yeah, he's smoldering.
There's a little toggle button that you have to hit when you share the the window. I don't know if that helps.
I did that or not.
Sometimes I find I have to do it as share window, and sometimes I have to do it as share. I can't remember.
It's okay.
Okay. It is a great scene, though.
It is. Yep. Good acting here.
I've just realized that they slowly changed Jakar's prosthetics.
Yeah.
As he gets nicer too. Like, they not only just soften him out from like the pilot to this, they soften them out as he as a personality thing.
Yeah.
Like, they make him more visually appealing as well as making him more socially appealing. But they're super subtle about it.
Yeah. So they've got word there's another attack. This is where they're going after the ship that has refugees on it. Yeah.
Oh, one of the things I believe we forgot to mention with the scene with Londo and Veer is that the Centauri Republic refuses to take any action, but he's not going to let anyone know that that is the case. So now he's trying to call a council meeting, hoping that other people will act on behalf of him, because his own people basically said, yeah, sorry, too much work.
Well, and he's trying to shame them into it too, that if other people like vote, oh yeah, this was a terrible thing, then Centauri is going to kind of have to go, oh yeah, we should probably do something about that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And now the Earth government is like, you promised something you didn't have the right to promise.
Yeah, they're like, we have an election coming up, so no.
Yeah. Abstain. And I like this too. He's like, I'm going to take Garibaldi's place on the mission with the Raiders because
I don't want to be here.
Yeah, because I don't want to have to do something I don't want to do. And he tells her, and you didn't hear that I had orders not to abstain.
Last time you knew we were voting for sanctions.
Yes. Oh, and right off
And
the
it's-
bat, we get some good space fighting. Oh, I love those.
So cool. So cool.
Yep. Very cool.
I do love at the end of that last scene too how like Ivanova has been incredibly uptight this entire episode, but then when Sinclair gives her those instructions, it's like the first time where she kind of relaxes a bit, like she kind of almost smiles and is like, "Oh, I see what you're doing."
Yeah.
Well, she is the kind of person that needs a purpose too.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I just meant in the sense that like it's a nice little character moment between her and Sinclair where she's like, "Oh, okay, I see what you're doing."
Got you.
I got you. So, Jakar has a live video from Rugesh 3. And it's Lando's nephew.
Yeah, they offer that as proof that, like, oh no, they were like, they asked us for
Yes,
help.
for help.
And,
Yeah, it was so convincing.
well, but the fact that he's Londo's nephew and like agreed to make the statement is really damaging.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, well, your nephew's a coward.
And they do a really good job though, because you see the actor playing his nephew keeps looking down as if he's being forced to read something, or like he keeps looking like to the left as if like there's someone off screen like threatening him to make the statement.
Yeah. I like that these little ships have no match for the Star Furies.
Yeah, and then it does the wounded bird thing.
Yeah. Follow me. Don't go that way. And they go the other way and find, what do they find? Oh. The pirates' home base. I like this part.
Complete with convenient Narn translator.
Yeah.
Eh.
I can just see the info commercial for this place setting. Oh, it hides a blaster here.
I do like this scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like a teapot gun.
Yeah.
And he's walking with purpose, man.
Yeah.
He's got somewhere to be.
And he runs into the telepath. It's like, oh.
What you doing there, buddy?
It does also, considering how careful they are about weapons, it does do a pretty good job of telling us, how it is people smuggle weapons in.
Yeah.
So for later episodes when we go, well, how did that person have a gun? I mean, they check everybody.
But are they checking the T sets? Apparently not.
I like this. He's like very serious. If you push past me, I will have to kill you.
I do also like would you really have killed me? And he's like, yeah, but I'm just as glad I didn't have to. The paperwork's a bitch.
Roman!
It's not that I care about you. It's that
I hate
Paperwork.
paperwork.
important lesson for Londo though. I can like you and still kill you.
They found his little buddy on the Raiders ship.
Yeah, dude, I love how this Narn gets brought in, and he just looks at Jakar like a little kid, like please help me out, like they caught me, please do something, please. And Jakar, like he waves his hand, he's like, shut up, I don't know you.
Sorry, man. I didn't mean to get caught.
Honest.
Did exactly as you said.
And basically, a bunch of things are answered here because they didn't understand how the Raiders were getting better weapons and doing more damage. And earlier, when Sinclair and Jakar were arguing with each other, Jakar brought up the fact that during the Earth Minbari War, the Narn were selling weapons to the humans in order to fight the war, and he was trying to use that as an excuse for Sinclair and the humans to kind of side with the Narn, and almost like expecting some type of loyalty. And Sinclair basically realizes
he's like,
you
yeah,
guys
we paid
to
you.
anyone. Yeah. But it's here where he realizes once again you will sell to anyone, and he puts it all together that, you know, the reason they had better weapons is because the Narns will sell to anyone.
Yep. We get a little backstory here with the Gravana. Basically, if you don't, her mother was a telepath, and if you don't join the Psychor, you have to take drugs, you have to be locked up, or join the Psychor. Those are the three choices you get. And they had her
she
all
didn't.
drugged
She
up.
didn't get found out until very late in life. So
Yeah.
she already had a family by that point.
Yeah. And she eventually takes her own life. And that's why she didn't like telepaths. Who can blame her?
I was gonna say, pretty darn good reason.
Yeah.
And I do like the line where she says, you know, it's not that I hate you, it's just that I kind of hate what you represent. And, you know, all things considered, I still look at you as a victim.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Talia says, I don't feel like a victim, and she says, yeah, and I don't know if that's good or bad.
Right.
Yeah, she was.
Which I thought was really like a really interesting take.
Well, she didn't know any better. She's been raised by the Psychor.
Yeah, it really is almost like it almost is like Jedi stuff where like you're taken at birth or at a very, very young age, and that's just the way it is. Oh, yeah. You got the Force, pal. You're coming with us.
Well, except that they don't want to take Anakin because he's too old. So, you know, by that logic, the Corps wouldn't have taken her mother because she was too old.
I mean, it's not a perfect comparison here. Jeez, cut me some slack.
No. I'm saying that it's a good comparison, except in the sense that it's worse. The Psychor is worse because they want to tear people away from. Like, how much training is she ever going to be able to get? Considering that, oh yeah, I forgot. There's also a fourth plot line about Garibaldi trying to find someone to share his second favorite thing in the world with.
Yeah. Cartoons.
Well, specifically Daffy Duck in the 24th and a half century, which is the time they're living in.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I was like, it kind of stunned me the first time I ever saw this. I was like, man, how much funnier would those cartoons be if you were actually living in that time?
Oh yeah. And it's funny too because the first time he brings up, oh, my second favorite thing in the universe, I believe it's to Talia, and it's implied that he's like either flirting or being somewhat sexual about it. And then it turns out it's just child's, cartoons, and it's so funny because he's having the time of his life. Delenn has no idea what's going on. She's so confused. He's eating popcorn by the handful. She's like observing every individual piece. Like I can't see the two of them hanging out, but it's happening.
It's yeah, he goes around, he's like, I want to share my favorite thing with you. And then there's this pause, and Talia looks at him and he goes, okay, my second favorite thing.
I was studying this image. Is it one of his household gods?
Oh, that's that. Yeah, well, in a way, I suppose it is. It's sort of the Egyptian god of frustration.
Most appropriate.
Oh man, I love that.
Yeah. I like this too. He's like, oh, Santiago won the election. I'm going to go, wait. Santiago, is that the dude's name?
Is he a white guy with a mustache?
Probably.
Oh man. I'm never going to get over that.
Is he played by Terry O'Quinn?
Yeah, that'd be funny.
No, Terry O'Quinn has a chin.
It's like he goes to lay down. Captain, we have a problem. That's funny. Alrighty. Ready for next episode, people?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and I don't know if we mentioned it really quickly, but one of the reasons EarthGov wanted Sinclair to abstain was because they're going through an election right now. They're 10 years out of a war that almost destroyed like all of humanity. It's just horrible timing, and that's why they wanted nothing to do with the conflict.
Right.
Which makes sense. I mean, it does. It sucks.
Oh no. Yeah, it makes sense from their point of view, but then, Sinclair is obviously on the other side of, like, they're innocent people. Like, it wasn't even a military outpost. They're innocent people dying. I'm sorry, your election is happening at the same time.
Right.
Yeah. And it's Eraserhead's favorite character.
Oh, God. Yeah, not a fan. I don't hate him as a character. I don't hate him as a character. I just feel like in a show that is full of incredible characters, he's okay.
He's like the last minute choice.
I do actively dislike him, so it says something that I spent the entire time we were going over Crusade going, man, he should have been the Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there is a point in later seasons where I think they kind of just don't know what to do with him, and it feels like it's just getting in the way of everything else. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't, at least here, like, I don't hate him. I just feel like he's okay.
Yeah.
Also, Jacob, I don't know if you mean for the episode to be blown up or not, but it's not.
Yeah. Thank you.
Details.
Oh, y'all can't see that little. Y'all can't see the little screen. Oh.
I mean, I've seen this episode so many times. I feel like I don't really need to, but
Yeah. But we do learn here that Sinclair and the Doctor do know each other. They have met before. We don't really know in what capacity, but they are familiar with each other. And we do get a reference to Dr. Kyle, who was the doctor from The Gathering, he tells us that they met on the transfer point on Io, and now he is going to work with the president. So it's nice that they, account for that, and he doesn't just disappear into the void after The Gathering.
Yeah, I like that. That they explain where a character went.
Yeah, Takashima, they just didn't care. They were like, she doesn't exist. Goodbye.
Who are you talking
And that's
about?
the thing. It's not that hard to do. Like you can set up so much things about a character just by inserting things into their background, right? So if you make a character and you like, this guy was a former cop, that's all you have to say, and you already know that you can then have this character do all kinds of stuff, and it's not going to be weird, right?
Right.
Because just by saying they were a former cop or they used to be in the military, like a Marine, okay, now they firearms proficiency, they can fight and run and do all this stuff, and have maybe traveled around, or if they're a cop, they notice things and whatever if they used to be a cop and stuff. So just by adding just that one line in there, you can completely change the nature of a character without having to do a whole bunch of exposition.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We got an unknown incoming wormhole.
Yep. And how do we know it's incoming? Because it's blue. And they say it.
Yeah. That too. And it is a busted up ship on a collision course. Like it's on a collision course, it's heading right for us.
Yeah, I think this is, it's only the third episode in, but this is kind of where we realize that even the Monster of the Week episodes aren't really going to be Monster of the Week episodes.
Yeah.
Because this is very much a Monster of the Week until like the very end when they're like, oh, plot drop.
How long does it take to get dressed up to get in your ship and get out there before it hits? How far is the gate from the...
I was going to say, you have to assume that the gate is farther away than it appears.
Yeah.
Because, like...
Well,
it's farther away.
That doesn't look like a terribly easy uniform to get into either.
No, it's a spacesuit.
He's got two guys helping him into it, so...
And you got to travel from the front of the station to wherever the launch bays are in the middle. I don't know. You get like one of those little elevator sled car things or something maybe, but yeah, you see that all the time. Like in a TV show about LA or something, they'll be like, I got to drive to the observatory and I'm downtown. Yeah, that's like an hour away, dude, with traffic and all this other stuff, and they're like there in 5 minutes. But yeah. See, that's pretty far away. Look how small the planet is.
Yeah, it's still far away.
Yeah. But
it's moving pretty slow, so.
Right.
So he's trying to get a grapple on it.
I thought the grapple was going to be flexible. I didn't remember that it was just like a Dave and Buster's claw machine.
Yeah,
It was just a gigantic claw machine.
A stick.
And of course, with the little claw thing, he misses at first.
Yeah.
Of
Also,
course, everyone.
Things,
This does kind of fall into the trope, and it's why I liked Stargate better in a lot of ways, was that Hammond rarely went through the Stargate or did anything. He was like in charge, right? So when you have the captain constantly doing stuff like, I'm going to fly out and do all these things, it's cool in the show, but realistically, he might have done this because, it was going to hit the ship and he wanted responsibility. But all the other stuff that happens, you can't have it'd be like, Trump running around and doing a bunch of crap.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Instead of running the country.
Yeah.
Well, except that he's a commander, not a captain. He shouldn't even really be in charge of this station. And he basically uses it to get out of other stuff.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases. Like, people are protesting left and right, and he's like, nope, I don't want to have to go to
I'm
this
out.
meeting, so I'm done.
I mean, can you blame him? That is so relatable.
I'm going to
Yeah,
go risk my life rather than have to go to a staff meeting.
and I'm not
Right.
saying this specific
Yes!
incident, but it's just the tendency to always have the captain. I'm going to go to this planet, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to be on the way team, and all this kind of stuff. And in reality, that's really not how it works.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like a huge spoiler, but I do love how they kind of have him doing that a lot, where like he has to be the one to do it because main character syndrome.
Yeah.
And it does actually get addressed by another character in a later episode, where it's like, dude, you got to stop throwing yourself into every shootout, every incident or issue.
Yeah. Right.
And,
Yeah,
and how you
this is
fix
crazy
it
what
is you
happens
have a
next.
different character actually be in charge, and then this guy is your troubleshooter, your doer,
Ace pilot.
you're the one that's like actually going to do all this stuff. The
Right.
second or
Which
third
they
in
do
command.
kind of do here.
Yeah.
Well, I think later on, when they got
Later
more
on.
of a budget, they hired more people, and they
Yeah.
do in fact have an ace pilot that like begins
Right.
to do all this stuff.
It's like why they have Hamlin with Theoden, because they were like, well, he's the king, so he's just going to order some other guy to do it, and then Hamlin's going to
Yeah.
go tell everyone what to do.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I mean? Yeah. Which is how it works. It was good. So they invented that character, I think, if I remember right.
So Delenn's like, hey, did the guy survive okay? He's like,
Shoot him.
Yep, they
Shoot
have
him
him
now.
so she's like,
Yeah,
I'll help.
this was a little
I'll
bit
help
of
you
a
identify
forced.
him.
This was a little bit of a forced. Oh, I'm just going to happen to run into Delenn, and Delenn is going to happen to offer, oh, well, we've had lots more,
Well, I just took it as
interactions
she
with the
was-
race as you. I'll just go with you.
She was looking for him to do it. I don't know.
Shoot him. Shoot him. I don't care. Shoot him now.
She's like, who's getting
Pew,
crazy
pew.
here?
Yeah.
Pew pew pew. Shoot him.
It's like one thing here. Garibaldi moves his hand away from his gun. Garibaldi, come on, protect your gun.
Yeah, he wasn't technically on duty yet. He was like, it's not my problem.
Oh, okay.
If Sinclair wants to handle everything, he could handle everything.
Their guns got better too. The guns in the gathering look like a remote control to a television.
Yeah.
Plus, they got that really cool sound effect for it. She's like, "You must kill him. Fire him into the sun."
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I sort of liked the whole we're going to turn her into a guy and have her be less emotional, Delenn, when it comes to scenes like that. Because, I mean, once in a while is one thing, but it feels like through most of the first season, she just has these emotional, like, snapping things, like every other session, every other episode. Somebody said, I think, during the gathering that, well, she gets, like, human hormones and stuff. No, she does this even before she...
Yeah. I'm Spock unless I go crazy.
Anyway, she's like, sorry I freaked out earlier. That, like, totally wasn't me,
Yeah.
It was me, but it wasn't me,
I mean, you. Oh, I don't want to spoil things. Darn it.
Yeah, it's so hard to talk about this show without spoiling stuff. But I think it's here where she basically says that like the Soul Hunter is like all Minbari children grow up hearing stories about the Soul Hunter, and that they come in moments of death to steal people's souls, and it's usually people like chosen people of like, you know, stature, leaders, and, you know, warriors and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just like she takes it so seriously that you're kind of torn between, you know, like this feels like a children's tale, and her reaction is so serious that you kind of have to take it seriously for the sake of believing her.
Yeah. But he could have had one of the what's the purple and green guys? What are they called? They're more likely to freak out like that, I guess.
Well, the thing is, like, and we do see in other like beyond season 1, where like Delenn kind of does do really stupid things when she's angry or like deeply upset.
Yeah.
Like bad things do kind of happen. So I like maybe for the episode it feels a little forced, but when you look at Delenn as a whole, her grabbing Garibaldi's gun and trying to shoot him doesn't really seem that off for me.
When the humans accidentally kill their leader, it's like, kill them all, blow up the planet.
Well, now you're totally giving Mando spoilers.
Well, that's said in
I'll
this
forget about
episode.
it by in like the next 5 minutes. You're fine.
It's said in this episode, so pretty much said in this episode.
I don't. The thing about this is that she has a bias against the Soul Hunters, and when we meet the rest of the Soul Hunters, they're creepy, but they're not irrational.
No.
They just have different beliefs. And yet the fact that she meets this like one psychotic Soul Hunter is now going to absolutely like solidify her. Well, obviously Soul Hunters are psychopaths because
we just gotta kill them all now.
Yep.
I mean, I
all
always
of them
thought it
must
was,
die.
I always kind of thought it was a testament to like how important the soul and spirituality is to them, that, you know, whether they're weird, creepy, or downright evil, like you're stealing our souls, and that's incredibly important to us. Like it was stressing how important like Minbari spirituality is.
Yeah.
Well, you end up with three different points of view. You end up with there is no such thing as the soul. You end up with the Soul Hunters. There is such a thing as the soul, but it just disappears into nothingness. And so all of its life experiences is just gone and lost, and everything you could have learned from them is lost. And then you have Delenn's, well, the souls are reborn into other beings.
Yeah. And it almost sounds like it's kind of split off into other beings. That's what it sounds like.
But it's, you know, so the Soul Hunters are just as convinced that, you know, keeping all of the knowledge is important as Delenn is that letting the soul go on to be reborn is. Like they're equally passionate about it. And I kind of thought that the fact that Sinclair blatantly takes a side and gives Delenn, well, I mean that's the end of it. Well, we'll wait till the end of the show so I can. I don't think Sinclair is entirely commandery here.
The guy that plays the Soul Hunter is actually in another episode too.
There was a lot of shuffling around. I mean, even Natoth ends up playing a secondary character like halfway through the show, while there was someone else playing Natoth. So.
Yeah, this is crazy. This guy's like, "Can you feel it? It's coming." Did The Force Awakens steal that? Something
Probably.
Can you feel it?
Wait, you're telling me The Force Awakens was unoriginal and stole something?
No.
Oh, I think the one kind of creepy thing here is that when the Doctor realizes that he's awake, I think he mentions trying to get a translator or something like that.
Right.
But he says like, "No, I have been to your world," which I don't know. I think is a hot little detail. You know,
Yeah.
little creepy.
A little creepy. It's like it comes fast now. Slower and slower.
So creepy.
And I like the detail here because Delenn says that the soul hunters usually steal the souls of high-ranking people, but then this guy is focused on the death of some bum, in Brown sector, probably. Either way, like he's not a leader or a warrior, nothing special. This dude's a bum, so it makes you raise an eyebrow, and it sets up the fact that he's
they can
kind
sense
of
it.
off his rocker.
Doesn't matter who it is, they can sense it. They just choose the ones
I know, but it
more-
seems like he was really focused on that for like more than just I sense it, Like it shows his obsession with collecting at this point.
Yeah. Plus a little, I don't know if that's a stone embedded in his forehead or if that's just the way they are.
I think that's the way they are.
Yeah, it's like a bone or something.
Probably some like death
third eye,
sensing
man.
organ.
Yeah, it's like a sensory organ. Maybe it like puts out something or picks up ambient vibrations.
It senses death.
Yeah, it senses their soul.
Picks up the death rattle.
At least he looks more alien than what's her face in Crusade.
Oh God, Darina. Oh Lord. Here's
See,
some contacts. Go have fun.
Here's how you like have a humanoid, mostly human looking alien that still looks like an alien.
Right. Not a woman with crackly skin. Just needs some green for that.
And I do like here that the Soul Hunter doesn't say anything or react to Sinclair until Sinclair basically says that they're like thieves, that they're stealing souls, and that's when he finally, he gets angry and he stands up and he's like, we're not thieves, we're collectors, preservers.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, it took him being insulted to finally snap and open up.
Well, and he's very sensitive about it because even his own people think that he's a thief.
Yeah. But Sinclair's like, I don't know if I believe this or not, but the people at this station don't want you here, so as soon as your ship's fixed, you're out of here.
Well, yeah, it's one of those really cool details because, even though he has said, I have been to your world, a lot of the humans are just like, I don't believe this. I've never heard about this. It seems like a fairy tale. But most of the alien sector is worried sick. People are leaving the station en masse just because they heard that there's a soul hunter here. So, to us, it means almost nothing. It's just weird superstition. But the entire station, other than humans, is panicking right now.
Yeah, this was an interesting little tidbit. They can't afford to send this guy home. Nobody can pay for his return to return the body home, so they just shoot it into the sun.
Which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
And, you know, it is kind of one of those things where there's always going to be comparisons between Babylon 5 and Star Trek, but Star Trek has always kind of had the whole, like, we worked out the money issue, and it's, you know, we're past that, you know, as a society.
Yeah.
Where Babylon 5 is still very much like, money is important, you know, budgeting is very important. There are still, at this point, whole sections of the station that aren't fully built, I believe, right?
Right. Yeah.
You know, there's whole episodes later where budgeting and funds is like the whole center of the episode.
Yeah.
And this is why George Lucas thought he could get away with it for the prequels. If Babylon 5 can have episodes around like budgeting and staff meetings, how come I can't?
Because you can't write, George. That's the difference.
This whole scene's good. It's a good scene. It's like, oh, you're just a Minbari. What do you know? He's pretty much
What do
ignoring
you
her.
know?
Then he finally sits up. It's like, I know you. You were there at the death of your leader. He goes into this long thing that's where it all went wrong. That's where I lost my marbles.
That's where he lost his mojo. It's basically like, it almost sounds as if he's saying, like, you know, I couldn't get Ducat's soul, and then, like, I just, you know, like, I just kept striking out after that. Like, it got to him, and it affected other souls he was trying to get until, like, he was just constantly failing. And it drove him mad.
Yeah.
Is this the Satai Delenn of the Grey Council moment too? With or is that later?
Yeah, that's later.
Okay, sorry.
It's all right. Oh wait, he does say it here too. He's like, well, what's one of the Grey Council doing here?
Yeah, he says, you are Satai.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I was getting at. Like, he recognizes her as a member of the Grey Council, and
right.
he mentions, like, why are you playing ambassador here? It doesn't make sense. And in the Gathering, even, there were, I believe, like, certain moments where you could tell Delenn was either lying or knew more than she was telling us. So it's another one of those things that just makes you it makes you just doubt her and the Minbari a little bit.
She's also giving out information that, how is she getting this information?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like at the top, so she can get whatever information she needs.
She also flips out on Jakar when he mentions the Grey Council to her.
Yeah.
That was great. We don't see those rings ever again, though.
Yeah.
Nah, it's a shame.
They have rings of power.
Oh, no.
There's the little globes of people. This dude is weird.
I kind of love them, though. I feel like not a lot of sci-fi shows lean into, like, insectoids or insect type aliens. And I don't know, it's always cool.
It is, and it's practical too. That's another thing that's cool.
And this looks better than the mantis-like bug from Farscape. Shows up like a decade or two later.
Yeah.
Is he a
That is
marionette
true.
puppet?
I believe so.
Initially,
Yeah,
I thought he
it's
was
like
probably a guy in a suit, and then I was like, the way he moves like a marionette, actually.
yeah, it's on wires. You can see how he's suspended. He kind of floats.
I kind of wish they'd kept him in. Like, he's got a couple of scenes in this first season. I kind of wish he'd stayed an underground staple kind of thing.
Yeah. So he's paying him to get all the back ways of Babylon 5. Oh, we got another unscheduled wormhole.
Oh my.
It's the same configuration ship as the other Soul Hunter came in. I just wanted to hear once from one of these dudes, "Your soul is mine." Like, he's like, "There's danger on your station." And it's this dude. And he's not unnecessarily just killing people either. I mean, he's killing the people he wants to, take their souls of. But he's not like maliciously killing the security guard for no reason. He's still crazy though.
Oh, absolutely.
Just a little.
I mean, if the argument is that you keep only the best and the wisest and the smartest and yada yada yada, like, they can't learn anything new after they're dead. So
I think
you're
they can
killing them
communicate with him.
they can communicate, they can pass on knowledge, which is why they
Yeah.
keep them. But they can't learn anything new.
No.
It's not like they can pick up a book. And the implication is that they can only speak with the soul hunters. So it does seem like maybe they're kind of hoarding knowledge a little.
Yeah.
Or
Well, I mean, the whole thing with it, with them, is this sense of like possession, or like it's not really their place to be, holding on to these souls.
And Delenn here is like, she really needs to make sure who the person is on the other side of the door first. Yes, come in.
She's as bad as Scully with her gun.
Oh, man. She's like, oh, wait, yeah, I should have probably asked who it was first.
She's being kind of ditzy.
Well, this is what I mean, is that, like, the physical appearance change between the pilot and this is one thing. Though I thought it was kind of cool to have her be, more alien. But the personality difference is huge. And I would have been interested to see what the show looked like if they had left that alone.
Like I said, when I first watched this, I didn't know there was a pilot. So when I watched the pilot, I was like, whoa, she's ugly in this. He's like, he can sense exactly on the ship where they are. And he's brought his hubcap. Or his
hubcap.
That's what it looks like. It looks like the inside of the tire.
Oh, man. I mean, it's a 90s sci-fi show. It might be.
Yeah.
You never know.
It might be, yeah.
I mean, it's still a 90s sci-fi show that actually, cared to make things look alien.
Yeah, was it me? I feel like they linger way too long on her feet in this scene.
Yeah.
It's not me, right?
Well, it's supposed to be the tubing.
I don't know, man. I
tube
don't know. I think the director had a foot fetish. Let's just call it. I'm calling it like I see it.
I mean,
Dang.
they don't
Dang.
linger Quentin Tarantino long.
No.
Well, no one does that, No one wants to step on his toes.
Pun intended.
Totally.
At least Delenn's not saying move.
Totally.
Move your big piggy.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it's supposed to be that the tube that he's following the tube up where he's got it implanted in her.
This is such a good. I like this part. The little orb. He opens the bag of orbs, and they're like trying to stop him. So they have somewhat of a
Sentience.
Yeah. Thank you.
And this is where he tells Sinclair, like, they're using you, right?
Yeah, she is Satai.
Yeah.
Why do you help them? They're using you.
Yeah, because he sees in the globe. He says, like, you would do such a thing. So he sees what.
Things.
Yeah.
Spoilery things.
Yeah, spoilery things. That is an excellent way to put that.
She's like out of it. She's saying, we were right about you. We were right too. And she passes out.
So, if he hadn't left the show, was she supposed to end up involved with him?
But he's not he's not the one though. He is the one, but he's not the one.
I mean, Zathras
okay,
goes
so
aside.
how do I dodge? Okay, I believe so because in an episode in season 1 that we haven't got to yet, there's this kind of let's have all the alien races show off their religious ceremonies and cultures, and we learn that one of the Mimbari ceremonies that he goes through also double.
Yeah, it's a marriage ceremony.
Yes. But yeah, she rolls back over, she goes to sleep, and the doctor's like, hey, maybe she'll finish that sentence. And Sinclair's just like, dude, I bet half a year's salary she never finishes that sentence.
Yeah. And he looks up the word in the dictionary for the Mimbari. Satai. And it's basically...
Yeah, member of the Great
She's
Council.
like a vice president.
And this guy is like scratching his neck. He's like, you know what happened to them souls my brother collected?
Yeah.
Oh, this is what I started to say earlier, but I didn't want to ruin it because we weren't there yet. But like, Sinclair really makes this is supposed to be neutral territory, And he basically makes a not neutral territory decision here to say, one, you're not allowed back here. Like, he's just banned an entire, like, species from Babylon 5, which is supposed to be neutral territory for people to do anything that's not illegal.
Well, I think in his mind, the justification would be that every other alien species that he is, like, when he mentions this species, they're all like, no, we hate them. So, like...
Yeah, because they don't know who it is that's going to die. It's not that it's other than the Minbari, they don't care about the soul thing. They care about, oh, that means someone here is going to die, and I don't want to be here when that happens.
I mean, like, it's a bad omen. Like, it's kind of like, black cats were to society for a long time. Like, that's the justification that in my brain how he justified it.
That's what I'm saying, is that that's like people who justify, like, I'm never going to adopt a black cat because black cats are evil.
I'm not saying it's great. I'm just saying
Yeah, it's like moral justifications aside, I feel like it's simply your presence here has caused so much of an uproar. People are trying to leave en masse to the point where we're backed up. Like, it's just it's too much of an issue in terms of operating the station for you to be here.
Well, but I mean,
it's the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
I mean, there's an accusation at one point that the Pak'mara has eaten an ambassador.
Yeah.
If that had actually turned out to be the case, would it be okay if, like, they just threw all the Pak'mara off the station?
If that's what they were known for, yeah.
Well, they eat carrion, so yes, that is exactly what they're known for.
Yeah.
But they're allowed to stay for political reasons.
But they didn't kill him, though. They just ate his dead body.
And the soul hunters don't kill people.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that...
I mean, do they ask permission before they do it? Or they just come in and do it?
The implication mostly is that other than the Minbari, like, the Minbaris are the ones that put up the protest, and that, I mean, we don't really know, because all we see is the psychopathic outlier.
Yeah.
But it's...
Well, we never see him again, so...
The other thing is that he makes the judgment, I'm going to take these souls and I'm going to give them to Delenn, who also has absolutely no standing over them whatsoever. And he just does it because he likes her.
And it did seem like she was getting high, breaking those open.
I mean,
he basically, like, listens to her, doesn't listen to the other guy, and just plays favorites in his decision. He just doesn't seem very commandery in that particular decision, that's all.
She's sniffing souls here. What? Goodness.
Oh my god.
It's going to be quite the buzz. Look at her tripping.
Minbari souls are, growing less and less because Delenn keeps snorting them.
Yeah.
That's really why they don't want the soul hunters taking them. Screw the knowledge, we want to snort them.
Got a line of orbs right here. It'd be great if she pulled out like a giant spoon, just lit a fire underneath one.
Yeah, just started eating. Yummy.
What an interesting choice for a second episode. But
yeah,
there's so much introduced.
At the Minbari supermarket, they have the soul capsules. It's like 5-hour energy, but better.
Yeah, this one wasn't one of my favorite
This
episodes.
was the '90s. It's right after the whole Coke.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I agree. It's not one of my favorite episodes. I think there's some really solid performances. I do like some of the exploration of like Minbari spirituality and what they believe, and the belief, like even the soul hunters, like what they think happens to the soul. That it leaves, like it dies with the flesh unless we preserve it, or whatever he says. Like there's some cool stuff there. They set up kind of that distrust for the Minbari with the whole, she's using you, she is Satai. So there's really cool stuff going forward. But it's not a bad episode by any means, but it's not one that I sit here going like, I love it. Like it's a good episode. It does what it needs to do to set some things up. We explore some bits of like spirituality. It's good, not great.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do think in the Monster of the Week episodes, it's one of the better ones. I think in the Monster of the Week episodes, the first season ones are the best. I mean, like, I don't think anybody likes TPK all that much. Ground Pounders is kind of an episode. But like the first season ones, even the Monster of the Week episodes, Deathwalker has some really great philosophical ideas. This one had some really great philosophical ideas. Like they were designed to make you think about things, even though they were, kind of mostly one-off episodes.
Yeah.
I do have to say, out of the Monster of the Week episodes, I think Deathwalker is probably my favorite. I can't remember what. We must do that. We must be covering that in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
I think it's episode 9. I think that episode's also
kind of bummed it's that far out.
Yeah. Did DC Fontana write that episode?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
When in doubt, Google it.
Yes.
The Google.
Oh, Deathwalker is
I'm looking up
surprisingly popular term.
The photos of Jakar smoking, and I found one of him holding a baby.
Yeah, I can't remember whose kid it is, but I've seen that one too.
Hilarious.
It might be Bruce Boxleitner's, though I don't know. There are pictures of Lanier holding his own kid, so.
There's a really cool photo of him. He's got his like shoulder pads on and the mask face, but behind him is all the alien masks that they use for the show. It's really cool.
Oh, nice. I mean, I thought Midnight on the Firing Line was a really solid.
Writer was Larry DiTilio.
Okay, never mind. I'm pretty sure DC Fontana writes one of the episodes in season 1. But yeah, I guess I was off on that. But I think episode 1 is a really solid episode. I think it's a smooth transition from the pilot with the Gathering. Episode 2, like I said, it's good, not great, but I feel like it's, like I said, it's not a bad episode by any means. And the show just goes up and up from here. It's awesome.
Yeah, I do think it is definitely not one of my favorites, but I do think that you would actually, most Monster of the Week episodes, you don't lose anything if you don't watch them. I do feel like if somebody skipped this episode, they would I think they'd miss out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. And Colin in the chat is saying that he knows JMS wrote most of the episodes. I think of the 110 episodes, I think he wrote like 93 of them. Like the dude was just Non-stop, man.
You were right. It is episode 9.
So far away.
Yeah.
Sadness.
We'll get to it though.
Oh, I know.
Eventually.
It's like saving dessert.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Yeah, I watched when I watched The Gathering for last month. I watched the whole series. I binged it all. I couldn't help myself.
I actually a few months ago, my husband had seen part of the first season, but other than that, had not seen any of it. And so we actually have been slowly making our way through it when I don't get sidetracked by things like rewatching Heroes and Alphas.
Yeah.
I think we're on the fourth. I think we're on the 4th season at this point.
Fourth season of what?
Of Babylon 5.
Okay.
So good, man. Oh my god.
It is so good. So yeah, that's that. There's some fun episodes.
That's all she wrote.
We have to wait a whole month to do the next two.
So we have to get Mando's
I mean,
newbie impression.
I mean, I thought both episodes were great. I actually, first watching before we talked about the second episode, I really liked the second episode a little bit more than the first episode. But then y'all started pointing out things, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. I thought the writing was really well. I liked the characters. I liked their motivations. I liked how they're not one-dimensional. It's refreshing to be able to watch a series where I'm just like, oh, good writing. Where have you been?
And two, that's another thing, Mando. These characters are likable almost immediately.
They are. There were a lot of things like that were likable about. I like Sinclair. I think he all around, like, his strengths are really good to balance out some of the other characters and their personalities. Like, and he's not afraid to be like, look, shut the fuck up, or shut the heck up. I'm the person in charge here. But yeah, I really liked it. I see what the hype is about, and I'm excited for more episodes. I thought the plots for both episodes were very compelling. Like, I liked the second one for I felt like the more spiritual, the question of, like, what is a soul? Like, is it real? Can you actually capture a soul? Is it just part of the natural energy of the universe? And, like, I like those conversations in general. So I think that's probably why I like the second one more.
I just had a terrible thought.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I just suddenly had this, like, vision of the soul hunters using the souls they capture like Pokemon. I mean, they keep them in balls. They're really possessive of their own collection.
Yep.
I mean, listen, I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, but I don't recall anyone snorting Pokemon. I will say that.
I really want to see soul hunters, like, throw their ball into a ring and have the guy come
Souls
out and fight each other.
maybe they have philosophical discussions.
Yes.
Maybe.
But yeah, Mando, I had mentioned earlier, The Gathering, you can find it on YouTube for free. So if you haven't seen it yet, watch it, catch up. There's a lot of character work.
See if I can find it and send it to you.
Please do so.
It's really...
Eraser, DC Fontana wrote 2 episodes in the first season. Legacies, which is the recently dead Minbari leader that I mentioned.
Yeah.
And all right, I just had it. Where'd it go? The War Prayer, where the racist group is terrorizing aliens on Babylon 5 and branding them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Larry DiTilio also wrote Born to the Purple, which we're going to watch for next month.
I like that episode.
I love that.
I love that episode.
Yeah, me too. It's awesome.
And he wrote Deathwalker, and then he wrote TKO, which is kind of a surprising.
TKO's all right.
I like it, but for some reason, a lot of people they just skip it completely.
Yeah, it's not rated very high, but I like that one.
Grail is the one after it, and I'd be way more likely to skip Grail than TKO. I wouldn't, but I would be more likely. If I had to pick.
Come on, you're gonna skip Jinxo? Come on, that's not fair.
I just said I would be more likely if there was something that I like.
I thought that was a.
I'm not sure I've ever skipped an episode when going through, other than the fact that, well, except when I hit season 5, sometimes there are episodes like. I mean, honestly, sometimes I skip all of season 5.
Yeah, this will be the first time I watch all of season 5.
Oh, really? Wow.
I have watched it all, but and we'll probably watch it all again because, like I said, my husband hasn't seen it. But I think there are only a few, maybe a handful of episodes in season 5 that are really worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was really intrigued by the whole telepath war idea until they showed it to me, and I was like, really? That's where we're going with that? But yeah, DiTilio seems to have written the most episodes other than JMS for season 1. And then there are a few people that did one episode apiece kind of thing.
I love the caption for this photo that somebody shared. It's like, I will never be this cool.
Yeah, and yet apparently they put it up as a, you should not smoke because we lost him too young.
I think the actor would have laughed his head off if he saw that.
Did you find the convertible picture?
I'll look for it real quick. Then we will.
DC Fontana also wrote A Distant Star in season 2.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Larry DiTilio wrote Spider in the Web. And Gropos. Somehow I am not surprised that TKO and Gropos was written by the same person.
Yeah, that kind of checks out.
I like those episodes, but a lot of people don't, and I find it interesting that some of the most popular episodes and least popular were written by the same guy. He wrote Knives, which I also really love.
Yeah, that's a great episode.
The Londo storyline is far better than the Sheridan storyline, but
Can't wait to just type for a month just so I could skip right to us talking about Babylon 5 again.
There's a cast photo of them all in their, all dressed up in their outfits and everything, and they're all flipping the bird off to the camera.
yeah, I've seen that one too.
Yeah, that's great.
And Londo is out front of the whole group giving the double finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently the whole Centauri hair came as a joke. The actor had gone to JMS with the hair done up like that, just as a joke to try to get him to laugh. And he was like, oh, this is what we've decided on. And JMS was like, okay, we're going to run with that for 5 seasons now.
So JMS wrote all of the episodes for seasons 3 and 4.
Yeah. Which are insane.
Okay, this one I would never have guessed, but I am not surprised now that I hear about it. One of the very few episodes I do like in season 5 is Day of the Dead. and it was written by Neil Gaiman.
I don't recognize that one.
Day of the Dead?
Yeah, what?
It's it's the one where Penn and Teller are on.
Okay. Yeah.
God, I kind of hate that episode.
And I think that is the only episode in season 5 that JMS did not write.
Yeah, you're telling me Marcus isn't high as a kite?
Yeah.
He's been sniffing souls there.
Mm-hmm. Look at them souls, man.
A bunch of empty balls in the back seat.
Does Lanier have a cigarette too?
No, he's got a cell phone.
Okay, it looks like he's got a cigarette too.
I've seen more zoomed in versions. And
Okay.
He's got a cell phone, which in the 90s was
That's hilarious.
Rich people stuff.
Man, I love Marcus. Like, I know I'm getting ahead of things, but I love Marcus.
Yeah,
I saw a picture earlier today. It showed up on my Facebook feed. Apparently, somebody snapped a picture of him on his way to a convention, and his flight gate was B5.
Oh, that's
cool.
That's funny. But anywho,
Oh, the little trivia bits.
yeah, I love the trivia. The trivia is great. Like my bit of trivia with the duck. Let me grab that real quick. One more thing, people.
But wait, there's more.
It's a double joke. Or inside joke. A double inside joke.
Double secret inside joke.
Yes.
I was going to start singing the Double Mint commercial, and then I realized that I might be the only person here old enough to remember that.
I remember that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, there we go. There it is.
There it is right there.
Dude, that is pure gold.
That's awesome.
So that's it, people. Uh-oh.
Nibbled to death by
Wrong
cats.
Yes.
Apparently, you can buy that Daffy Duck. I don't remember who it is, but I have seen online somebody got that Daffy Duck poster, and Jerry Doyle had signed it.
That one or the one with just the face?
With the face.
Yeah, okay.
The household god.
Yes, the Egyptian god of what was it?
Frustration.
Frustration, that's it. But anyway, good show, everybody.
Somebody did the cast of Babylon 5 as like D&D class characters, and they had Garibaldi as a warrior, and I'm like, no, he's totally a rogue.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
The captain would be a hero, right? A warrior. What would the captain be?
Fighter.
Sinclair would probably be a fighter.
Not the one.
Sheridan is way more politicky. I'm not sure what he'd be. Anyway. All the things?
Yep, all the things. So yeah, we'll go around the horn. See what people have coming. Shieldwall.
All right. Hey, thanks for having me on. Great panel tonight. Great chat going on. Delving into a lot of things, not just the B5, but actors and actresses and what they did. Yeah, it was a good time. What do I got coming up on Thursday? I'm going to be on Roman the Empire show, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. we'll be doing a free range, which is basically we just talk about whatever the news is for the week, entertainment, that kind of stuff, and wherever the conversation goes. So tune in for that. And then next week on this channel, we should be doing, let's see here, Harvey, 1950 movie. Is that about the rabbit?
Yes.
Okay, the imaginary rabbit. Okay, yeah. My mom used to go on and on about that movie. So
Harvey the House
It's an
Bunny?
okay one.
yeah, it's called Harvey. It's a 1950
Yeah, I have Hopper the House Bunny, so seems like there should be a Harvey the House Bunny.
There should be. Have you seen that movie?
I have not.
Not. Jimmy Stewart movie.
So, yeah, it's Jimmy Stewart. So we'll be going over that. So tune in for that. And again, thanks for having me on.
Yep. Always.
It's great being on here with everybody.
Travis.
Yeah, not doing much.
People
I am
don't know this, but Travis is a Centauri name. So
yeah, yeah. I'm currently fiddling with Rumble Studio. Plan on going live at some point this week if things line up. But yeah, no, I don't have much. I guess I'll see you guys for sure at Harvey next week. Never seen it, so I'm looking forward to this. So I love Jimmy Stewart.
Yep, he's a good guy. Eraser.
So I'll be back here in a month. That's way too long of a time. But next Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, I will be on the Wayfarer projects. We're going to be talking about the Silmarillion. I believe we're covering the chapter of the coming of the elves.
Cool.
Yeah, that should be fun. That's all I've got. I think that's it. See you then.
All right, cool. Good deal. Mando.
You should listen to the audiobook of the Silmarillion by Andy Serkis. Fabulous, wonderful, great. Anyway,
I have not heard that one yet.
Yes, you should. You should. I will be on my friend Trucker Rob's channel Sunday. I should also be on Roman's channel Thursday. But for Trucker Rob, we are doing pirates and rolling dice and all of the things because somehow they put me as captain of the crazy crew and we're doing pirate things. Apparently, we also might get eaten by a not Displacer Beast because, you know, copyright reasons, Pathfinder couldn't call the thing a Displacer Beast. But it is one, and we're all probably going to die. It's going to be great. Great.
It'll be fun.
See, when you can face your death with that much enthusiasm.
Yeah. Exactly. Goat, what do you got going?
Oh, it is a busy week. All right, tomorrow we start the third season of Slice and Dice. We are going to be doing the Critical Role effect. Professor DM is once again going to be joining us. How I got lucky enough to get him on the show twice, I will never know. We are also being joined by Everay Games and Grim Jim, both of whom have been on the show before, and it's going to be awesome. What's not awesome is that my dog has a vet appointment immediately beforehand that he might not be coming back for. So if I'm really quiet tomorrow, everyone just, enjoy the conversation that everyone else is having. Roman is apparently thinking about taking a vacation, so I will probably also at least pop in for a while on Thursday to toast him. And wish him well for his taking a little break. And since it's a month before I'm back here, I do just want to say that the Wednesday afterwards, we're going to be talking Warhammer for the first time. That will be the first time we've ever talked about a mini show on this. And that's going to be with the Common Nerds, Savage Brewski, and Wargamer Girl. And very important, on 8/5, we are going to be doing a fundraiser for the Role Playing Creators Relief Fund. Being a freelancer kind of sucks in that you can't ever retire, and there's not a 401k, and there's not a lot of health insurance. So the Role Player Creator Relief Fund is basically raises money. They're a IRS acknowledged. Is it 501k or whatever the nonprofit status is?
501c.
Yeah, there we go. And so we're kind of trying to spread the word a little bit because apparently they're low on volunteers and therefore people don't even know that they exist or if they qualify to apply for help. So the president is going to be on for a while in the evening, and otherwise I am going to be doing a 7-hour. I don't even know how I'm going to BS for 7 hours. So it's going to be a rolling panel. Feel free to swing by the chat, swing by the panel, and see if we can't get the word out that they exist.
Alrighty, cool. As for
And my electrocution doctor's appointment is next Tuesday.
Oh,
Whee!
Things to look forward to.
I know, right? Woohoo!
Yes. As for me, tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central, I'll be on Chinwag with Tommy and crew. That'll be fun. And then I'll be on Romans. And next week I'll be here. So, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next week. Have a good one, everybody.
Yep, later.
Take care.
All I can say, McKay, is you take a hell of a long time to say goodbye.
Well, so long. So long.
See you around, Burton.
Never can tell.
Good boy.
Happy trails, Hans.
Goodbye.
Good boy. Goodbye, bro. Goodbye, Arab!
Goodbye, Northman.